Monday Market Outlook. Matt Buckley, the Chief Investment Strategist here at WCI, and we're probably going to see a flat week this week. Really on the economic flight schedule, really no data this week of any significance. Nothing today, nothing really tomorrow. Wednesday, some retail numbers, retail sales, and business inventories. Thursday, as typical, our weekly unemployment claims, some inflation numbers as well. And then Friday, bit more information, some CPI numbers, the Empire State Manufacturing Index, and also the cap rate and industrial production. But to be totally honest with you, we're really going to see a flat week. And folks, I mean, this market melt up really is built on nothing. The volume in February and this recent run up has really been anemic. We're trying. The market's really struggling to hit record high for the fifth day in a row. But I really see a consolidation most likely occurring this week, right? So we had semi-decent jobs numbers on Friday. And what do I mean by that? You really need to look into the jobs numbers to dissect what really happened on Friday. The unemployment rate dropped from 7.9 to 7.7%. Great news, right? Not really, and we'll get to that in a second. But look at this. Last month's job numbers were revised down to 119,000 from 157,000. Horrible numbers. But they were looking at $1.62, and we came in at 236. So I'll call that porridge jobs numbers right there. But here's what's interesting: the 7.9 to 7.7%. Now, the Obama administration has gotten a lot smarter since they've been in office a little bit, because initially they'd run out to the nearest microphone and tout these numbers as great news that the economy's turning around. This is actually bad news, folks. And again, I can't stress this enough. Good news for the economy it doesn't translate into good news for the market, right? Because the Bernanke, the Fed chief, has said, hey, as soon as we get unemployment down around 6.5%, I'm going to take away the punch bowl, which obviously spooks the market. But this is why the market didn't get spooked on Friday, and it continued to go up a little bit. Why? Because record numbers of people in the United States left the workforce. That's why the unemployment rate went down, folks. People gave up. They've thrown up their hands and said, you know what, done. I'm just never going to find a job. They're going on Social Security, disability, or look at this. A record number in December on food stamps, nearly 48 million people. And look at this. Absolutely incredible, the amount of people on food stamps. And you really want to know what's creepy here? Look at this. The highest number in the United States is right around Washington, D.C. Isn't that interesting? 23% of folks living in the D.C. area are on food stamps. And the other, what's that, 77% are politicians. So the jobs numbers weren't necessarily good news. And again, good news for the market isn't necessarily good news on the economy. So if we look at what happened on Friday, you can see exactly what happened. And I briefed this in our live trade brief, our weekly options live trade brief this morning. This is exactly what happened. Was the market initially reacted like, oh geez, good employment numbers, that's bad for us because Bernanke's going to pull away the punch bowl. And then when everybody actually read the numbers and figured out that it's bad news, the unemployment rate going down was bad news, the market rallied. Okay, so that's what happened last week. I wanted to debrief that and factor that into my strategic mindset going forward. I really think that we move sideways for the rest of the week. We're going to consolidate. We're getting ready for a March 27th fight over the budget, so it's about to get ugly. But good stuff going on over at Top Gun Options. Put 2 weekly trades on that have been filled. We put on this Apple Iron Condor on Friday. It's already up about $520. Put on a gold bull put spread this morning that's already up $175, and we got an SPX Iron Condor that we're working. So looking at potentially $3,500 in weekly options profits if my strategic mindset holds true, that the market just kind of wallows around sideways. So up $700 already today in our weekly option service. Okay, so got to run. Got a big week ahead. Obviously, expiration week, third Friday of every month. Options technically expire on Saturday, but the last day to trade them is this Friday. So going to be getting out a lot of updates in my services on the wealth creation, investing, and Top Gun options side. Okay, happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and I'll be back tomorrow morning with our sit rep over at Top Gun Options.